me my stocking that I wanted to be able to get my stockings. It was no longer a happy holiday season for me. And it was terrible. And finally, after the season got over with, I went to have a conversation with my dad about this because I wanted to know what was wrong with me. But to be honest, I really wanted to know what was wrong with the world. And anytime I wanted to know what was wrong with the world, I knew I was in trouble because I ultimately knew something was wrong with me. And here's what my dad told me. So this is from my dad. This is not me, but I never forgot it. I told him what had happened over the last, dozen years or so. And he says, Marty, I can take care of that real fast. He says, Marty, what you need to do is to become, rather than a palms up person, you want to be a palms down person, especially during these holiday seasons. So when I think of Thanksgiving going into Christmas and the New Year's, I really think hard about always trying to be a palms down person, not a palms up person. And I want to make sure you see that visual. You may even want to do it yourself. You don't want to be a palms up person. You want to be a palms down person. And let me just give you a couple of points on each as it relates to being palms up or palms down. And it's kind of what just what Van talked about. I was a palms up person. I wanted me to be served. I wanted gifts. I wanted things. I wanted to be taken care of. I wanted it my way. And the only way that can be done is if I'm walking around everywhere and saying, gimme, 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 gimme. And a lot of us do that every single day when we go and visit our prospects. We're knocking on the door, we're walking into the door of the business, and we don't realize it, but we're walking in with our palms up. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Let me show you, let me show you, let me show you, versus trying to figure out how we can serve that person that we're about to talk to. Is there a way that we can say something that would help them out? Just a sentence or two, or asking a question or two that would help them in their day. Give them a compliment, whatever it might be, so that we can serve. And by serving, what's that? A palms down, because now we have helped them. We've served them. And anytime we serve anybody, whatever it might be, that's palms down, then we have helped them. And as you well know, that automatically then allows us to be served back, right? Not because they're going to serve us, but we feel good about ourselves, right? So let me give you a couple of things to write down. When we are palms up, we're thinking about what we need or want. And we're thinking about ourselves. That's just the truth. I'm not proud of it, but that's where I've been a lot in my life. If I'm thinking about the things that I want or what I need, I got to think about what I need, then I'm thinking about self. And yes, we've got to take care of ourselves. Don't take this too far. But if I'm fed and all those things, I can be thinking about others and what I can do for others. On the other flip side, if I'm palms down, I can be thinking, as I said, about how I can serve anybody that I run into. And that's thinking about others. That's a much better headset than any place else that I can be inside my head, because it's real easy for me to start spiraling when I'm thinking only about me versus others. I get the pleasure of riding with a lot of sales agents like yourselves in a year's period of time, as well as AOs, in the office or wherever, having dinner with them or lunch. And I get to hear a lot of stories and a lot of things that happen. a lot of them are feeling sorry for themselves. And we all feel sorry for ourselves at times. We're human, we're not perfect. But when I hear the stories that some people say, how they're able to serve people, those are the people that I want to keep up with, because they have the right mindset. And I know that they're going to be successful because their head is where it needs to be. And when your head is where it needs to be, guess what else is where it needs to be? Your heart. So let me give you these two sentences. If your palm's up, if your palm's up, you have to be served, quote unquote, to receive joy. Think about that one. If your hands are always up, give, you have to be served to have, or what you think is going to be, so you can be joyful. Doesn't work that way, does it? If your palms are always up, you're always wanting more and more and more. And as fast as you can take what you're given and put it down to the side, put it in your sack, and then get your hands back up. No, here it is. You must serve to have joy. That's the counter. You must serve to receive joy. Joy doesn't come from giving as much as it comes from receiving. And that's a whole nother conversation that I won't necessarily get into right now. But I believe that's the way it's supposed to be. There's an old proverb that we all know that says it simpler than this. Says it in about 3 seconds, and it's this: it's better to give than to receive. And what Van was saying with the $25 and what I was saying here with the palms up or the palms down, it's all the same. Thank you very much.
Wow, that
Amen to that.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Marty. Guys, we do have 5 minutes, which we not required to take all 30 minutes on these Zooms, but if anybody does have any questions for a guy that has done all that Marty has done in his career, now is a great time to pose a question to him. And if you're a leader, maybe something that a question that, where either you or someone you work with may hear something in that answer that may speak to them. But yeah, we'll leave it open here for a second for anybody to ask a question or two.
Hey, Marty, it's Todd Stiles here. Mine's not a question, and I thank you very much for being on the call, but I also thank you for the reminder of giving. And I think if we all approach this job as giving, and it made me think of when instead of saying, hey, I work with this business or I work with that business, to instead use the word, I serve this business. I think it will be better for me, and it'll be better received by our customers. So I thank you for that, for the reminder. Thank you.
You got it. That's exactly right. Thank you, Todd. For those of you that are in a relationship, whether you're married or you have a pretty good serious relationship, when you wake up in the morning and you look at your partner and they're awake too, of course, why don't you shock them and say, I want to ask you a very serious question today. How may I serve you better? That will take by surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a mic drop, exit stage left right there, Marty. I just want to thank you on behalf of everyone here at the Schneider and Davenport agencies. Thank you for your words of wisdom today. And as the saying goes, you can't be nervous, guys, when your mind's on service. And if we just go out there and put the focus on the other side of the table, whether it's with friends and family, whether it's with a complete stranger, just remember, guys, that the Todd Stiles show only comes to town one time. The Zach Tolbert show only comes to town one time. The Jim Kanash show for every person only comes one time. It might be the 3,427th time you've delivered that same sales talk. You might be able to recite it in your sleep. You've done it so much. might bore you to tears sometimes saying it. If it does bore you to tears saying it, it's because the focus is palms up. Okay. Let's get palms down, like Marty says there, and put the focus on them, because guys, it's kind of like an actor on a Broadway show. Again, they might do a matinee, an early evening show, and a late evening show. And they might be doing that for 2 months straight and have done 120 shows over that time and just be totally sick of it. But man, the people that are out there in the front row, they paid their $250 just like everybody else to see that show, and they better get the best live performance that they've ever seen. And guys, the same for us. Let's give each and every demo the best that we've got. And you're going to find out that while it might seem like, man, giving my all and every one can be really tiring, guys, it'll give you more energy, and it's more invigorating than you can ever mind when you're just present with people. So guys, be present today and see what kind of presents show up under your tree at the end of it on Christmas morning as a direct result of being present with your clients. So thanks again, Marty. You're awesome, guys. It's hump day. Let's go. We've been so very blessed. Let's go be a blessing for somebody else today. And let's do it, guys, with 6 demonstrations. So many more of you guys got the memo that the 3 and the 4, the 5 demos on Monday, that doesn't cut it. You got it up over 6 on Tuesday and you're on the board. Don't fall in that trap of it works so well, we quit doing it. Fall in the trap of, hey, it works so well, I decided, hey, I'm going to keep doing this each and every day because I really like the results. And you will, guys. So thank you for all you do. Go forth and have a great day. Todd and Brian, I'll see you on here in just a couple seconds once everyone clears out.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Marty.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Marty.
I don't even think Brian's on, dude.
Yeah, I don't know either. So anyway, let me just see if I can find him.
Marty, hang up.
I'm Marty.
I'm working on it.
And hit end call, Marty.
Hey, Todd, I'll just end it and hop back on.
End what?